Did you see there's a lot of Korean posts about Wolf because he is supposedly throwing hate towards Gumayushi?
Like on the both sides,
Is he?
either
Where?
Like
Wolf Elsker Lowcasting is nonsense casting and HLE or Gumayushi made it to the Korean LoL community in FM Korea with the post getting 100k views and 145 comments.
Yeah, I mean, boring min is correct.
Oh yeah, I mean, he just win by lane, like win by CSing, you know?
He just take it really slow, like, oh.
Overseas going crazy because of Bucci and Gumayushi.
He's ahead, like,
Yeah, right.
can't understand why he's this
Hang on a
bad,
second.
but
I got the chat.
he always does.
I
Like,
got
he
this, okay?
always
Don't worry
get
about it.
mad, and he always play really consistently
Ga-
well. Skirmishes, like pink
Ga-
fight, king fight.
Gas.
Also the movement of from the map, it's really clean, I would
Wait.
say.
So what I mean about boring
There's
is
an S
that
here,
he's
so it
just
says
damn good on
as.
fundamentals,
Wait,
so
is
he
that
doesn't
not?
even need
No,
to do
that's a
anything
J,
else,
so that's
right?
Aj.
Right now, Chobi seems like he's willing to take more risks, so he can actually
Is that
get
Aj?
more tempo on it.
Now on the opposite side, we've got Showmaker, who
22.
as of lately has been letting the lane go away a little bit more, lower on the laning stats, but he makes plays like this where he's so aware of where he needs to be on the map, what the timing is, that it makes up for it and
Nah,
gives more gold
I don't know what they're
experience
saying.
to the rest of his team.
This is the video that they're using.
The biggest mystery of all, right? And a lot of Guma's champion pool for this tournament has now been exhausted, and that's pretty crazy because he's been able to get away with so many 2-0s where he just plays two of his best, like Jin and Misfortune, and it's not necessarily going to be the case anymore here. He doesn't have the Lucian anymore. MF is gone, Jin is gone. So we'll see what he ends up getting in this draft as...
Yeah. So people are mad about him saying about the champ pools. Okay, I don't think it's that deep. I don't think Wolf, like, I don't know Wolf, right? So I'm not saying this from a friendly bias perspective. But I don't think Wolf has this hatred boner for Gumayushi or anything. I don't think he goes out of his way to hate on him. I would presume that he doesn't. And this whole Gumayushi champion pool thing, I think this champion pool thing stemmed from probably 2025 when he got benched for Smash, where Ezreal and Kai'Sa were giga meta and Gumayushi wasn't as comfortable on the champs as Smash was. So one of the reasons why Smash came in was probably because those two were meta. But from my perspective, I remember the situation pretty well because I looked at his solo queue account and he got benched and he played 150 games of Ezreal and Kai'Sa in a week. And then he came back to the main roster. But Gumayushi doesn't... I don't think the champion pool issues exist anymore because, well, Ezreal's still meta and I think he's already played Ezreal once and he can play it. I don't think it's his favorite champ. But Gumayushi's champion pool, usually in HLE now, mainly revolves primarily around champs like this. Because these champs are setup champs which allow your solo laners to play more counter picks because they're a lot more self-sustained caster AD carries. And when these champions are out, or he needs to adapt, he does play champions like Lucian, Kate, Corki, he played Sivir. I think Ziggs is also in this list. So I think he's fine. He's really fine in champion pool these days. Like, he has Xayah as well. For sure, I agree that in 2025, his champion pool was a bit weaker around the meta. But even now, there's still champions he can add, right? There's Aphelios. I think he's played Yunara. I don't think he's super comfortable on it, and he doesn't prior it that hard. And this is to say that this is without Ezreal that he put games in. The only thing I can say on this point is, one, I don't really think that Wolf hates Gumayushi or something, so I wouldn't paint it in that way, personally. Even though I don't know him, I feel like it doesn't make sense for him to hate him, right? I don't think anyone hates anyone. I think the word hate is used so loosely. Two, Gumayushi champion pool is really big these days. And three, there was an issue with Gumayushi champion pool in the past. That is a fact. And I'm not trying to say that to make you think that now I hate Gumayushi. In 2025, like, Faker got benched for not playing Azir. He got benched for Izun. In 2015 or what the fuck. In 2025, Gumayushi got benched for not playing Ezreal Kai'Sa. And both those players played the shit out of the champion that they were benched for not playing. They got good at it and then they came back. And sometimes that happens to the best players in the world, so they get better at other champs. And now the reality is, Guma is the best performing AD in the LCK, and he's on the best team. So I don't think there needs to be any hate anywhere. People have ups, people have downs, people have reasons why they suck, people have reasons why they're good. So I don't think anyone should be throwing hate at each other. Anyway, why doesn't motherfucker... The only thing I don't like, I don't want to... Yo, where's Mr. Sushi's Draven at, by the way? Where's that fucker's Draven at? Yo, bring it back, bro. That's all I'm gonna complain about. Where's my Draven? Yo. I remember the 1-2 Draven T1 days where he just fucking locks it in. And Lucian's meta right now. You see a Lucian minion on the enemy team? I want to see Draven Blitz, buddy. I don't want to see no Senna Cho'Gath. I don't want to see your Cho'Gath bot lane. I want to see your Draven. But historic, if you look at Guma's pool now, let's see. The last few years, it still follows that trend. Like Kai'Sa, right? Negative win rate. It wasn't really his comfort. Ezreal didn't really work for him for those years, you know. They weren't super heavy meta, but every time they were locked in. I think Zeri was also a small pain point. And when they were locked in, it wasn't like his comfort. And then he got benched because back here he didn't play them. I'm pretty sure. And then he started playing them again. Or like he had them in his belt. So now if you go to this year, I'm pretty sure he already has Ezreal games. Kai'Sa's not really meta this year. And then, yeah. His win rate looks so bad because of the fucking LCK Cup, right? Some players like champs, some players don't, you know? Like, you could equally take Gumayushi's argument and apply it to other AD carries, you know? Like, I can't think of a specific player off the top of my head, but I'm sure that Ashe is a champ that other AD carries don't like. Jin's a champ other AD carries don't like. Varus is a champ that other AD carries don't like. MF's a champ that other AD carries don't like. Kate's probably someone they don't like. So like as much as Ezreal and Kai'Sa applied to Guma, there's other AD carries that apply to other AD carries, you know? It just do be like that. Anyway, hopefully you don't cancel me for that, but I feel like that's the reality of the situation, unless I'm missing something. Also, wasn't the coolest narrative about Gumayushi, final thing? I don't remember. He did, right? He,
looking strong in their own right. How are you doing today, Ox?
Doing pretty good.
He picked Kai'Sa at Worlds last year, I remember, in a best of 5. And like the narrative was like, oh my god, he started the year getting benched for not playing Kai'Sa Ezreal. And now he's playing Kai'Sa and he's like 1v9ing or some shit. I don't remember which game it was. Oh, it was versus... Yeah, here it is. He played it versus AL in game 4 and completely fried. When they're down on match point, they're 1-2 down, he locked in Kai'Sa. And then in the series versus Top Esports, he locks it when they're 1-0 up. So that's why the narrative existed, I think. Was like, oh my god, he put all this work into Kai'Sa Ezreal and now it's paying off. And look at the glow up. And it was fucking cinema. Reminds me of Deft. I think Deft had a very similar narrative around him. He picked Draven in 2022. So like I'll show you a bit of context behind another AD carry. Look at Deft's champion pool. If you find Draven here, call me Sally. Ready? No Draven. No Draven. No Draven. No Draven. One Draven game, loss. One Draven game, loss. He was 0-2 on Draven in his career and never played Draven, ever. Worlds 2022, semi-finals, quarterfinals versus EDG. They're down 0-2. They're on match point getting knocked out. He locked in fucking Draven, bro. And he fried the shit out of them and reverse swept them. That was fucking legendary. Because they picked Kalista Renata, he had to pick Draven. He just fucking slammed that bitch. That's another AD carry with a similar style of like, wait, he doesn't play this champ very well, or he doesn't feel that comfortable on it, or he's never really found success on it. And he's playing it now? Yeah, because the glow up is crazy, you know? And I think Guma went through the same thing with 2025.
Gotta go with the Tiger.
And I think kind of goes on to my point. We'll try to live up to, you know,
Bengi had the same thing. Bengi is a different role. This motherfucker first picked Nidalee on match point. He wasn't even a Nidalee player. He had a fucking substitute on his team who was a Nidalee player. He busted it out, bro. He just fucking carried the game. Some players have champs that they're either not good at, were not good at, they practice and get better at, and then they have to pick in the big games, and that's related to the Guma trajectory. Now I think in 2026 Guma can pretty much play everything.